Is everybody prepared?
Yes. You were sticking with that bit to open.
Well, maybe not now.
Sir, are you sticking with this bit?
I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm just making sure.
Hi there, welcome to Tales of Harbor. I'm Wordsy, and I'm gonna get through this intro. Anyway, let's do the actual thing.
Was that it? Was that the bit?
No, because I didn't do the whole thing. It's fine.
Okay.
I didn't say actual play movie A here on Twitch or whatever.
Do you want to start over?
Well, that's because this is overtime.
We did it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Overtime. the show where
Cut.
the after talk show where we talk after Tales of Harbor.
Perfect.
God.
Fuck.
Incredible. All right. Are we keeping that one?
Listen, my audio's rolling. I'm not going back.
Incredible. Okay. Welcome to Tales of Harbor Overtime, or as I like to call it, Long-Time Watcher, First-Time Writer, episode 43. Welcome, everybody. You may notice that it is someone different giving the intro today. Hello, it is me, B-Drops. I am going to be your honorary, maybe one time, we'll see, long-time watcher, on accounts of King Fats having some rather rough computer technical difficulties and not being able to make it to this recording, but he urged us to press on, and thus we will. And you will understand that other bit in a moment, because joining me today, first and foremost, is one of our typical first-time watchers, Action Shakespeare.
Hi, first-time writer.
I knew I'd mess up something.
When Fats listens to this, you're just gonna get a lot of not so easy, is it, bud?
I literally never once said it was. I don't know who you think you're proving a point to.
Look, I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying that's what he's gonna say.
I know, he's going to rub it in my face as if I ever claimed anything, and I'm just going to say, yep, well.
Hey, listen, intros are hard. I do them all the time, and you do them for Art Soup. And even then, we both fuck them up, so whatever.
All the time. It's because I don't have a script. It's half my problem. Anyway, proceeding, you've heard them already now, they've both been on the show before, and you probably know both of them relatively well by now, but our other first-time writers for this one are going to be Public Opinion.
Hello.
And Wordsy.
Hello.
So you may have noticed, this is Tales of Harbor.
Yeah, it's just kind of Tales of Harbor.
Welcome to 50 Shades of Grayscale.
Are you...
Well, no, wait, I thought we were going to talk about the Kingdom Hearts.
Let's witness Tales of Hearts.
Oh, we cannot. We certainly cannot.
Let's witness Kamen Rider.
Let's witness Kamen Rider. Incredible. Well, in this one, we are going to be talking about Kamen Rider episode 91, Yell Shocker, Enroll in Terror School, and 92, Atrocity, Fake Kamen Rider. The translations vary for that one in a very fun way, I must say. But first, segue to myself for the death count. I guess.
Take it away,
right?
B.
We can
well,
have somebody cut to you, yeah.
Well, I'll do it live. It's too late. I've already messed it all up. I'm not professional. I wanted to be reliable. I was put in charge for one episode.
The thing is, like, we're not even, like, goofing off.
Look.
Death toll.
Death toll.
The death toll.
Yeah, so, we had a 3-parter for episode 42 of the podcast, so we got 3 episodes to go over for the death toll this time. Episode 88 is real simple. We only had 2 civilian deaths on account of Cat Gecko, and not even the death of Cat Gecko itself, because it was just a dude and he's fine now, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we Rider kicked him to health.
Yeah, God, I would love to be kicked to health. So that's 2 total kills for episode 88, 89. Canary Cobra, a little more effective than I gave it credit for initially. It did kill those 4 civilians initially, and then that one poor driver later on. And Kamen Rider got 2 kills in that episode, using a mook as a human shield, and also a big bad kill with the lunar kick. I don't know what a lunar kick is even now, but I guess it do work good.
To the moon.
To the moon, I guess. Episode 90. Taki, I guess, decided that things were looking a little dry around here and went on his bloodlust rampage. He got a sword fight wherein he got 6 kills, which is a pretty nice boon for the miscellaneous category. And of course, Kamen Rider got his big bad kill of Rat Condor with another lunar kick. I still don't understand what that truly is supposed to mean. But anyway, that gives us 2 total kills for 88, 7 for 89, and 7 as well for 90. 3 total kills for Kamen Rider, giving him 218 out of 512 for Team Kamen Rider.
Nice.
Gel Shocker has 7 in these total episodes, bringing them to 42 out of 261 kills for Team Shocker. Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, boo!
Nobody likes that.
Nobody likes that at all. I mean, number get bigger is nice, but that's about it.
You know what?
Taki got 6 kills. That brings Miscellaneous up to 56, which is much better than Shocker's 261. I don't care if, like, half of them are their own people.
That is the nice thing about Shocker deaths. A lot of them are Shocker kills.
Well, it's about quality.
Yeah. Really gotta just think about the quality over the quantity here, but
Well,
I
if
can
you-
appreciate 100 dead fascists.
Shocker's
apply-
greatest enemy, Kamen Rider. Shocker's second greatest enemy, Shocker.
Shocker's third
A
greatest
little bit.
enemy. The
That's why they
anti-Shocker
killed all the
alliance.
Shocker. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they even rank.
Who?
Wait, you know
Who
what?
are the Yo, P? Who is this?
Oh, but that gives us 16 total kills, and we are at 829 total kills as of Kamen Rider episode 90. We've really fallen behind on that 10 per episode average, but I feel like we've gotten back to having more plot recently, so I'm going to count that as a win.
Can't be murdering when people are disseminating
replaced-
information.
Yeah, we replaced the bloodshed with like actual storylines
They really
and
seemed
ongoing things.
They slowed down on the murder a lot when the Kamen Rider Kids Corps came into the picture, I think.
A little bit.
Well, that makes sense. Like, if a bunch of your scenes are going to be dedicated to kids being on screen, you probably don't want those scenes full of death. Like, as a kid show.
Here's my take.
Uh-huh.
The Kamen Rider Kids Corps should have added to the miscellaneous
Oh.
camp.
Agreed.
They should have contributed. They're not putting in their weight.
While I can say nothing for, real life trauma, I as a kid, if I were watching this, would absolutely love to like be in on the action and have other kids in the show that I can project myself onto that are in the action, killing fascists,
Man, can you imagine like a Kamen Rider Kids Corp like scoreboard, and it's like it just has
Who's
all
got
their,
the gold stickers?
yeah, it has all their names on it, and it's just a number of fascist kills.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Oh man. Whoever gets the most gets the skateboard.
Ah!
Who's going to be Goro's high score?
Oh my god.
People, a new kid joins and they see just one line of stars that goes across the board. Who was that? A legend.
Have
He
a
went
whole
off to be
filler
like an
episode.
accountant or something.
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Lawyer. That was the one.
Incredible. I hope he's doing well.
What an insane career path.
Speaking of children doing well, episode 90, Gel Shocker, Enroll in Terror School, air date December 23rd, 1972. Happy almost Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy almost Christmas, dude.
So like, what happened though?
A lot.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about what happened.
Thanks.
Scrolls up in my notes. So, a young girl, Wakako, is sound asleep in her bedroom when Gel Shocker's newest cyborg Centigrepede. I'm going to try not to mess that one up.
that's fast.
Centigrepede. Yeah.
Wait,
Calls out to her from the ceiling where it lurks. It chants a hypnotic phrase and then instructs Wakako that she has been chosen to... that didn't format right. She has been chosen to join Centigrapede's terror school, the newest branch of Gelshocker. In her hypnotized state, Wakako cannot refuse, and Centigrapede begins to lead her away. Wakako's parents burst into the room and try to save her, but they are no match and are quickly put down.
Yeah. I I didn't even clock that he was like saying words to like hypnotize her, because I just saw him doing like the wave hands at her, and my brain auto completes that too. He was doing jutsus.
That's fair.
I'm a huge fucking nerd.
He's doing the mind wash no jutsu.
He
Yeah.
hit her with that genjutsu, and she was like, "Of course I'll be evil. Love me some Shocker."
You gotta
So-
remember the season 1 tech. Break. Do it.
God. I do kind of remember that season 1 tech. Anyways, it has been... how many? I have to do math. What is this, 91? Episode 91?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It has been 64 episodes since we had a completely separate centipede monster.
Do the same thing.
Also, just kidnap a bunch of kids with hypnosis and turn them into shocker videos.
It's literally the same episode, but it's slightly better in my opinion.
It's a little better.
Doesn't have the chalk thumbs.
No, he does. He has a he has the Shocker claw and fire breath.
The classic standard issue fire breath.
God, there's so many.
It's way too common. I guess we
Ryder.
should just talk about him now, since he appears in the opening scenes.
I did want to say, the last time I was here for watching Kamen Rider, the monster appeared in the right at the opening bit as well, and I guess it was time before, but it was the cool shot with the shadow of the monster on the wall, and it is the precursor to the attack, and I like episodes that open up like that. I think that's cool.
They've been being more consistent about using all the shadow play recently, and it's been really cool.
Yeah.
I love
This
the
time,
shadows.
they're pretty good. This time he got with the classic ninja tech. We introduced him by just being up, chilling on the ceiling.
So, do you think that being on the ceiling is part of his centipede powers? Like, he uses all the little legs to cling?
I think it has to be, because
I hope so.
there's truly. So I did the thing where I tried to look up stuff about the Shocker monsters before or during the episode, and there's precious little about this dude. The only powers it list is the flame breath, the claw, and the hypnosis. So
To be fair, 2 out of 3 of those are standard issue.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
And one of them is not uncommon.
Are there this many other Shocker creatures that are 2 things?
All the
We're really
Gelshocker
getting into-
monsters are 2 things.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
That's the gimmick
It's the new
of
gimmick.
Gay Shocker.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Since we introduced Crabbat.
Ew.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, it started real strong, huh?
Yeah.
Crab bat.
because Gelshocker is the combination of Geldom and Shocker. All their monsters are also a combination of 2 things.
Yushin Ha.
This one feels like less a combination and more something emerging from another costume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit. One of them is way better than the other.
all the first ones were straight up 50-50 down the middle. This one is maybe 20% tiger.
Well, it's
Yeah,
so
Maybe
messed
less. I
up.
don't know.
The tiger portion of the face still has centipede mandible. It's
Yeah.
real.
So
But it's so plain. There's this weird, unfortunate thing that happens with the centipede half. I feel when the tiger half is really well made.
Mhm.
It is very highly detailed. It really looks like a tiger, and then the centipede is kind of like a Gumby looking.
Yeah, it just looks like they slapped some Play-Doh on the top of the tiger half. They
Yeah.
I'm
they
not
started
gonna
with a
lie,
really good tiger mask prop, and then like
goofed
just-
it up.
just put a bunch of Sculpey on it.
The coloring on the centipede portion, like, it looks like somebody like just took white spray paint and was like, all right, you're good, B. How about I
Yeah.
Thanks, I did my best.
I'm a costume designer as a professional.
Takes another drag of my cigarette.
Yeah,
Stares into the distance.
With the cigarette holder.
yeah. So he's got the head is more or less 50-50.
I'll give you 45%.
That's both like the centipede half. The tiger half also has the centipede mandible, but
But made of teeth.
yeah.
That's a cool combo.
Yeah.
And then it's got one tiger arm, and then kind of like between the neck and shoulder of that arm is also tiger. But the tiger arm also has centipede legs sticking out of it, so even that's not fully tiger.
I
It's
like
not
that
pure.
though.
I do like that because the centipede, or on the tiger half, the centipede legs have like tiger stripes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. There's like a quadrant of this costume that I really love, and the rest is kind of an off day.
Just kind of a bug.
Kind of a bug.
I don't think it looks terrible. It's just nothing outstanding. It's just, I think if it didn't have the tiger emerging from it, it would just be forgettable. But that's the worst I can say about it, because otherwise it's just it looks better than the original Centipede, man. If they made a whole costume out of just this pink centipede,
Yeah,
I think it would still look better.
I don't really miss seeing the eyes of our Kaijin on the regular,
Yeah.
Right.
The
like
centipede
the human actors.
the centipede half looks like its eyes are milky too, which
Mhm.
compared to the tiger eye is, it looks like a tiger was inside of a giant dead centipede.
Yeah,
And
he's emerging.
sort of like in the reverse of that myth of the centipede being tied to eternal life or whatever. Like the tiger is the thing keeping the centipede alive.
We
Maybe.
can derive meaning from this. Quick, write it down.
My brain is stupid. That's the meaning.
What a shame that Gopher is not here to hear it.
Gopher would run with it.
Probably.
Gopher has run with this concept.
Absolutely.
Go play Sekiro or whatever.
Also that.
Or Elden Ring.
Or Elden Ring, yeah.
No belt on this one.
No.
Yeah.
They haven't used them too much recently.
They are not the same champions.
This is a
Yeah,
whole
they never
new
have
stock.
been.
They're intercontinental at best. Why does-
We're introduced the kind of sandbag that, but
That's fine.
It
worry
is
about it.
funny to me now that with this new setup, B is entirely outnumbered of
With wrestling.
people who know about wrestling.
It's very dumb. Sorry. I try, when it comes to wrestling talk, I try to limit it when I for the episodes.
You're
and-
very kind, but if I'm being honest, I always expect at least a couple wrestling segues.
That's fair.
It's Kamen Rider.
Or
Have you seen
yeah.
this show?
Somebody did.
I
it as
have.
a drop. Yeah,
unlike wrestling.
that's very fair.
Well, you've seen wrestling.
All right. Well, that's for the other podcast. So first time wrestling.
Whoa! What a spin-off.
Wowie.
Incredible.
My notes for this section start off with the fascist Hogwarts letter. It's a little less
Yeah.
mystical, but just a kid awoken to be told, "You're accepted!" is really funny.
Wakako, come here. You're going to school.
Yeah,
You're-
you've been accepted by a school you've never heard of. Welcome.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Who
You're
are
a-
you? Get out of my house.
You're a fascist, Wakako. What?
You're a
If
grand
only he had-
wizard, Wakako.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh fuck.
If only he had popped in with a pink cake.
Would this thing be more charming if it was more like Hagrid, or would it just sully the memory even further than J.K.
That's-
Rowling already has?
It's difficult to say, honestly. Also, rest in peace, Robert
Rest in
Coltrane.
peace, yeah.
But yes, that's tough because sometimes I want to be endeared to these kaijin, but they don't really leave a lot of room for them to ever have that mean anything other than you're kind of fun, but I mustn't forget that you're like
Also
a leader in a fascist organization.
Yeah.
At best, you are basically a mindless beast that wants to kill all. At
Yeah.
worst, you are a functioning, contributing leader to a fascist organization.
You're very aware of what you're doing.
So, not great.
I guess at best you are someone mind controlled and then we kick the monster out of you. But
That does happen, yeah. We don't do it very often, though, and sometimes I wonder why we don't try.
I think they have done it a grand total of 3 times in 91 episodes.
Oh, you gotta have a family member that loves you, like, nearby.
Yeah.
Or else Kamen Rider's just gonna murder it.
Please don't just murder it, my dude.
I'm just gonna kill it. It's what I do.
It's
It's his right.
I guess.
Any other notes for this segment?
What Wakako gets taken.
of the Wakako gets taken. I did kind of like how the parents just kind of bust in, like, what the fuck's happening?
They
I just hear someone yelling. What is happening?
and they even tried to stop it. They're like, "Hey, stop!" And then they got
Hey, what?
shocker
No,
chopped.
cut it out.
Yeah, is this the fourth time they've done like a kidnap kids to make them into terrorists one, or just the third?
the third.
The third, yeah.
Which is not a lot of dimes, but
Got 3 whole dimes.
we got
Second
2 for centipede hypnosis shocker
Yeah.
school
for real. Like,
in one series.
not a lot of nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice.
At least this time, they were targeting specific children.
Yeah,
They were before. I remember the first centipede one. It was or was
They
that
wanted
was that
No.
the centipede one, or was that the other shocker school one
The
Were
other,
they-
Christ.
where they kidnapped Goro?
the
because
other one
that
where they
one-
kidnapped was where they kidnapped Goro. This
Yeah,
I mean,
that
in this
one they targeted specifically.
They're going after the kids core.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
it was just like honor students.
Yeah, just smart kids.
Kids with good grades.
That
yeah.
was-
Not even honor.
okay. Yeah,
And we never got to learn about Goro's friend anymore and rival.
Goodbye.
He's dead.
Forever.
Yeah, it's
And
fine.
he's gone too.
He's gone too. Whatever.
They're both just going to school and having an extremely
Yeah.
normal life.
I think they did.
he's
Good for them.
He's Goro's paralegal now.
Yeah, anything else, or shall we proceed?
Let's go.
All right. Meanwhile, back at Rider Corps HQ, the girls are concerned about the number of messenger pigeons returning.
Sorry.
What?
You said the girls and I imagined them.
Not gonna lie.
Are you good?
I apologize.
Are you okay? Do you need to take 5?
No, it's just funny.
They're fucking
They're fucking,
individuality forbidden.
fucking we all shopped at
Support.
Rossfitz.
These poor girls.
No, I'm sorry.
God.
Keep going.
Give them a second before you destroy them.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't.
They're concerned about the number of messenger pigeons returning without messages. As they collectively question why this is happening, Yoko wonders if something may have happened to the kids, and Yuri reveals that she has already been investigating and has written down the addresses of every Rider Kid Corps member who has sent one of these messageless pigeons. Noticing that all of those children live within Tanzawa district, Hongo and Taki head out to investigate further.
Without even looking at anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of like take the paper and go like, yeah, all right, see ya.
To like the girls are like, we did the work ahead of time. We already got that, and then Taki comes in. Yup, bye.
Thanks, toots.
Yeah, real social commentary. It sucks.
Anyway,
It feels so bad. Like, Yoko makes a good point, and then Tachibana's like, okay, we should look into this. To which Yuri is like, I actually already have. I don't need you to tell me such obvious things. Check it out. I have the data. And then it immediately just literally gets ripped out of her hands.
Yeah.
Good.
And like I even think Hongo is just like, this confirms my suspicion. Like he's already done the mental legwork because he's such a fucking genius.
I've been thinking this for a while, that like when this like new, like, I guess era of this part of Kamen Rider was started, and you got the kids core, and then Gelshocker showed up and everything, like the Rider Club, the Tachibana Club, like became more involved with like the kids core, like going out and finding stuff and using the messenger pigeons and things, and then the girls inside the clubhouse, just like, you know, they're on the devices doing technology. And it was being presented as more of a group effort, and then like all of that screeching halt. just stop being your own people, hold this paper, and then then the men will show up and take care of it. Like, what happened to the teamwork?
Yeah,
I don't
It's
know.
the love.
When they were like, you know, they gave her that brief moment of shine of like, oh, I took the initiative and already did the thing. I was like, oh, nice. And then, oh, that was the end of that, huh? That's all we get.
Yep.
That's the end for the episode. That's what she gets to do today.
I don't know if this is a very valid comparison, but thinking about it, and particularly thinking about the specifics of the roles of the Rider girls and how they've kind of been degenerating over time to, let's be honest, they're like secretaries at most. And I couldn't help but think, for whatever reason, specifically of Uhura from the original Star Trek, and how some people thought she was like such a big deal because she's not a secretary. Not only was, you know, a woman of color, specifically a black woman, playing a prominent role on a television show in America in the 60s, but also she was not a secretary or like any other extremely traditional like job seen as women's work at the time.
I've been watching some of like the old Star Trek to kind of set myself up to ask people if they want to watch TNG more, but Uhura is fascinating to me because, like, this, at least from my understanding, this mythos around her got created of like she's, you know, this very important character to the show, and so often I just saw her get monged, like just her involvement was so minimal.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it feels bad in hindsight between what we would read this as now versus what people at the time say their experience was watching this live, and they thought she was a huge deal and that her role was very significant, and we watch this now and think, why doesn't she get to do anything? Why is she like never on screen? Why does Captain Kirk treat her that way?
Because Captain Kirk sucks.
Because Captain Kirk sees a woman and goes insane.
It's time for me to have some sex.
But I guess I just can't help but think, I wonder how much of this, looking at these Rider girls, is kind of a period of the time, because obviously we're sitting here thinking they could do so much more, and it feels really bad that they kind of started off with an inkling of something in this episode, and it immediately got taken away from them for the men to go do something. And I can't help but wonder if perhaps for the time it felt like that was a lot.
But the thing is, not it isn't. It hasn't been that long ago since we cut to them and they're like on like devices scanning for stuff and like actively doing stuff in a scene that has and it's multiple like a minute long of them being a part of the situation, and now that work has been truncated to I already did it. Bye.
Yeah, the role of the so when this is I'm going off memory and it hasn't I've not immersed myself to the degree that that y'all have, but we started with one girl who was plot important. She was the daughter of the scientist, and there was like stuff between her and Hongo, and then she disappeared, and when Hayato came on, we had the three Rider girls, and they have the specific Rider girls have faded in and out. But we had they used to have like no martial arts or fencing. They used to ride motorcycles. They used to tell fortunes, and now one of them eats food.
Yeah, I'm certainly not.
Soon, not even that.
I'm not arguing against that. There's definitely been a degradation of the roles of women in this series. It's just, I just can't help but wonder if even what we have now was at the time considered not bad.
Perhaps.
Which is sad, of course, but
yeah, it's hard to. I have no idea what the genders on television were for 1970s Japan.
I'm gonna guess bad.
But yeah,
that's not great.
That's yeah.
If Macross has taught me anything over the decades, it's an uphill battle.
Jesus Christ!
And that was the 80s, so I can't even imagine the 90s or 70s.
I've had to catch up on Macross 7 on my own, but we're not here to talk about that. I'm not going to go on a tangent.
We can turn this into a whole new podcast.
I have to edit this. We have to keep going. B, help.
No, that's a plan.
All right.
Yeah. Push
On their way, they are ambushed by Gelshocker soldiers and Centigrapede, who reveals their newest plot and presents his first class of the Centigrapede Terror School, entirely comprised of the Tanzawa district members of the Rider Kid Corps, hypnotized to do the bidding of Gelshocker. Centigrapede orders the children to attack, and Hongo and Taki struggle to fight off the children whom they are reluctant to fight.
Can't believe they turned all these kids gay.
Hongo transforms into Kamen Rider and targets Centigrapede, but is countered and defeated by Centigrapede's Centipede Punch.
The big dog.
The big punch.
It really does feel like what they want us to feel a Superman punch is. that man got ups when he was doing it.
He do be gotten ups is the thing.
If I remember right, the centipede punch is delivered with the claw hand, right? Not the tiger hand.
I believe that's correct because it's the centipede portion.
Yeah,
it's hardly a punch, then, isn't it?
It's more like the centipede slice.
Punch you with this knife.
Poke.
You think Shocker was after the Tanzawa kids because they're next to mountains, so they have good lung capacity?
Oh, so here's something that stuck out to me on the episode.
Keep going up.
They when Hongo and Taki they take the paper. They go, yeah, we're gonna go investigate this, and I don't know what the road situation is. Next time we see them, they're in just a quarry, just no roads, just driving next to a big pile of dirt and rocks that the mooks appear and start tossing at them.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they take a real A to B philosophy about travel and just go in a straight line.
Yeah, we got cool bikes. We don't need roads.
That's the advantage of the bikes.
Where we go, we never need roads.
Yeah, because Kamen Rider's bike can fly, as demonstrated in the opening movie.
Good luck, Taki.
I feel like you should
Yeah,
use
see ya.
Bye.
Speaking of people who barely exist,
Taki.
I feel like we've focused a lot on the writer girls, but let's be real. Taki also kind of barely exists.
He
Like,
he's
he's
in
more
fights
present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's more present than he used to be, but he certainly has been kind of reduced to the combat sidekick of Hongo for the most part, except every now and then, like in the last set of episodes, when they're like, oh right, he's FBI, so he's going to be doing like an FBI thing that is totally
true.
unrelated to the group, which is kind of refreshing. He's out here, I mean, it ties together, of course, it's a narrative, but he's out here like doing security for the UN or whatever.
I like episodes that feature like Taki's buddies from the secret world of spy things.
And they always die.
They
I was gonna
always
say
die.
his increasingly. Well, I don't know if he has any left because
They do keep
Like
getting
FB
owned.
Iris.
yeah, like FBI Iris. And his best friend from the academy dead.
Oh,
And
yeah, he got
he
owned.
immediately goes fishing.
So
The white guy.
The British dude.
Yeah, the white guy.
The one white guy we got who was really nice and he dies immediately.
Who could
They
forget
gave them
Colonel
really
Sanders?
They gave them really strong links to Taki, like the first few times.
Mm.
Like, oh, it's my best friend. Oh, that's the guy I went to school with. That was my guy at school. Oh, he's dead. Like, we ran out of close connections.
Listen, if all your friends keep dying, it's hard to make new ones. I get
Yeah,
it.
he just has to hang out with Hongo now.
And then Hongo is on a motorcycle and he's like, all right, I guess I'll okay.
Guess I'll go. Bye, Taki.
It's like Taki's whole role so far in this episode was I'm gonna talk about going with Hongo to find the things, to find the stuff, the kids, and then when a fight breaks out, I'm gonna, kick punch, and then I'm out of the scene. I no longer exist.
Paycheck. Get.
Yeah, I guess no, because that was Hongo because he rolled downhill and then the rocks fall and everybody didn't die.
Yay.
Yeah, good
Yay.
job, everybody. You lived.
Yay.
A lot of funny little bouncy rocks.
Love these styrofoam rocks. It's
We all
great.
go, ooh, ooh, ooh. We're all
was-
dancing.
Oh, they're funny dodges.
They were just rolling.
I had a couple notes for this section. I enjoyed when after the mooks started showing up and they were fighting, Takeshi stops and he's like, usually a cyborg comes about now. To which I made the note, they're getting genre savvy.
Heck yeah.
I forgot about that.
I wish when he said
I'll
that,
introduce myself.
when he said that, I wish like when he saw the shocker plot, he was like, they've done this before.
Right?
I've seen
About
this
90 times.
This seems familiar.
My note for the section is a Centipede has an idea that no one has ever seen before.
You'll never defeat my brand new plan that's never happened. Hey, they killed all the old shocker guys. Fuck them. We'll steal their plans.
Yeah, they
Why
don't know.
not?
What if Shocker keeps giving them this plan and they're like, they're gonna do it again? The guys, they're gonna do it again.
I want to
So-
see the mooks in the back who are just laughing at the repeated failures.
Deep mook.
Just some random white one, scientist one.
E.
I did like that, when the mind controlled kids were showing up, like Taki just knew them all by name.
It was nice.
It was a good detail.
Tried to out brainwash them and said their names. The only one I remember is Ota.
I did not bother to write.
I wonder how many of those kids are just like production staff kids.
Plenty, I'm sure. They didn't really have lines.
No, they didn't really do
I-
much at all.
I would actually be curious to see if there were like any events where you could meet the Kamen Rider Kids Corps or join it, and see if they had those kids be there.
Undoubtedly, they at the very least had like a mail-in thing for like
Yeah.
the pendants and
Mhm.
maybe like meetups or fan clubs. I don't
Kamen
know how
Rider's
official
coming
they'd
to
be.
your town.
My
Mhm.
town?
Your town.
Your town. So better watch out, because Shocker won't be far behind.
Are they going to kidnap me and brainwash me?
Probably.
Shit.
Watch out.
It's
I'll
okay.
bet.
Kamen Rider will make them explode.
How vexing.
I had that written down too. Extremely vexing tactics. Oh, children. Oh.
The last time I heard how vexing was when a shocker monster did it to another shocker monster. it's the monster comes out, repeats the plot to the writers, and all the kids are like, we'll fight you now. And they start
They do
waist
get to
locking
go-
him.
They do get to do their little kid.
And they start waist locking Takeshi, and he's like, push. He can't punch a child.
There was a
'Cause
time when I was hoping he would.
he's too
So
strong.
close.
He's too
Yeah.
strong.
It's I know he wouldn't want to, but there is a point where he's like surrounded by the children and they're grabbing on him and he's like, "Oh no, I can't hit you, but I want to get away from you." And then he transforms and I think he's going to start punching these children across this ravine. It's going to be great. But no.
Flying kids in every direction.
No cheeseburgers today.
Just an explosion of children.
Yeah, just like
Like
that,
the fucking Burly Brawl.
like the statue of the guy fighting the babies.
Yes. Yes.
This would have been a fantastic scene of Hongo like transforming. You're like, I'll kill you, centipede tiger, and then like he goes to run and punch him, and when the kid jumps in the way, and he just blows that kid just out of the water. Just
Yeah, one punch.
And
Explosion
he
effect.
goes, no, what have I done? Then drama ensues, and the whole
If
episode.
only. Maybe in the that's for Shin Kamen Rider spirits.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider, you killed a child. Amazing. Mission complete. That's why you're the best writer.
Incredible. But yeah, all the kids get took, and then Kamen Rider's like, dang it.
Gosh darn it. Poor Hongo.
Dag nabbit.
I couldn't do it. I got punched.
Any more notes for this section, or shall I move and proceed?
Tell me about Tatsuji.
Yeah, okay. I was like, how far do I need to go to get through that? All right, let's go. Meanwhile, Taki returns to base to report their findings and check on Mitsuru and Naoki. They used to be Yellow and not Yellow and other kid, I believe. But I've been
Yes.
trying to be better about that because they don't wear yellow anymore.
They just wear uniforms.
They just wear uniforms. And these two kids serve him poison tea. The rider crew had
His
at some
favorite.
point been hypnotized and were aiding Sen Tigerpede's terror school. Wounded from battle, Hongo stumbles into the home of siblings Yumi and Tatsuji Yamanobu. There we go. The latter of which is a member of the Rider Kids Corps. They hide Hongo in their backyard shed and return to the house to call for medical aid when they are ambushed by Sen Tigerpede and his Gelshocker soldiers. Under threat of death, Tatsuji refuses to reveal the location of Hongo, but Yumi, desperate to save her little brother, confesses. Sen Tigerpede abducts Tatsuji for his terror school and attacks Yumi before setting the shed ablaze with Hongo still inside. He manages to survive the fire by taking shelter inside of an underground storehouse below the shed.
I forgot a thing from the last scene, and it's that the Kamen Rider Kids Corps clothes just got changed through magic.
Evil magic.
Evil
Oh, yeah.
magic.
Gay magic.
Yeah.
Gay magic.
But I love Tatsuji because he's got a little bit of Goro energy, where he's like,
He
I don't give a
does.
fuck about you. It's like,
He is
dude.
ride or die.
he's like, hey, if they kill me, don't tell them. And his sister's like, but I don't want you to die, so
Fuck that. Don't tell him anything.
nah, son.
Let him kill me.
This kid's hardcore.
Tachibana would be proud.
Yeah, this kid was trained very well. Incredible.
This is a good kid.
Taki got his Shatner miles in.
He
Hongo is
did.
usually the one who gets to overact a little bit. That poison scene, he got to do some jerks, some faces.
I was a little disappointed that the whole like crew was not important enough to get a hypnotism scene. Like it's
Yeah, I really wish that didn't just happen off screen.
it just cuts and it's already happened, and then they're like, "Here, Taki, some poison for you."
I will give the show credit because I remember them talking while Hongo and Taki were fighting the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel we had like a cutaway or something, I think, where they were like, good, they're fighting. Now we can move in on Rider Kids Corps headquarters.
Oh, okay. They said
they at least set it up. They didn't show it, but
they
like
set it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I might have missed that while I was freaking out about punching children.
I remember that like sticking out to me and going, "Oh, okay." Once they were hypnotized, I was like, "Oh yeah. All right." They were doing that.
Okay, they set it up.
It just kind of felt like a half measure to me, mostly because the only method of hypnotizing that we've seen thus far has been Tigerpede, who was at that time battling with Kamen Rider, so I just couldn't help but think, how does the timing work, or by what mechanism are you using in substitution?
He popped out for a second. He popped out of the fight for a minute. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Time out.
His
kids, you take care of it. 1 second.
So this is where the Kamen Rider translated book thing comes in. So his method of hypnotizing is his antennae. So one could feasibly guess that like he can do it from a long distance because it's based off of the sound.
Then why does he have to break into anybody's house? Why doesn't he just hypnotize children and tell them to walk to a place?
Listen, you're correct. I'm not saying it's a good explanation. I'm just saying it could work, but it falls apart. I don't like. I wish that they were given enough credit to like need to be hypnotized through trickery. It makes me kind of wish some things were swapped around.
There was an attempt.
Yeah.
They had Tachibana talk about being a leader in this new branch of Gel Shocker as well. And I just can't help but think, how many times at this point are we going to keep trying to make Tachibana some figure within Gel Shocker leadership? It's not a lot of dimes, but it's more than 2 at this point.
You got like a solid like couple sticks of gum in there.
It's.
I mean, it's because Tachibana is so cool.
It's just that good.
I mean, I
That we gotta have
understand,
him.
but
He is cool.
should I applaud your gumption, or should I criticize your inability to just recognize when you are facing an impossible task?
No. You should probably just tell Tachibana to like take a vacation.
Tachibana is extremely death before dishonor, will bite his own tongue out before snitching.
Him and Tataji built the same way.
Absolutely. It's terrifying. I did think the little scene was funny when Yumi says where Hongo is trying to save her brother, and his reaction was, "I hate you," and he pushes her.
Fucking coward. This is why we're losing the war.
Christ.
Oh, that was a bummer. Come on. I mean, yeah, I guess, I can understand, but even
made the right
Kamen
call.
Rider forgives her. Yeah, it's
Yeah, she made the right call.
He escapes the burning flame, and she's like, "Did I make the right decision, saving my brother?" And Kamen Rider says something he says about 45 times: "Children are worth anything. You have to save them."
I guess since this covers the next synopsis part, I'll read that real quick. Sometime later, Yumi awakens to find the smoldering remains of her shed, lamenting her choices that led to this outcome. Kamen Rider emerges from the wreckage and reassures her that she made the right decisions, because human life is more important than even peace and justice.
Damn. I like the implication of this scene is that she has to think Hongo died in a fire.
Yes.
She has
It's
no
okay,
connection there.
Yeah, Kamen Rider said it's okay, so it's fine that I got this guy killed and my brother was kidnapped anyway.
Your brother's alive. Don't worry about it.
But what kind of life?
I completely didn't realize that she wouldn't know that Hongo and the Kamen Rider are the same person.
That was just some guy, as far as she was concerned.
Would love to see a follow-up, just a little short skit of her encountering Hongo just out in the wilds, just running across them in the street in Tokyo. Like, oh, the consequences of my past, my trauma, it haunts me. And he just waves and he's like, "Oh, hello, Yumi. Hope you're having a nice day. I gotta get going."
Do you think she would scream yokai? Because burned man.
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
It's a fucking ghost. I'm being haunted. You're not real.
I'm just happy that Kamen Rider,
she runs into traffic.
Was a homie.
He sure was for a moment. He couldn't have added like, "Don't worry, Hongo is safe."
Yeah, please give her
Like
some peace of mind.
Right? Yeah,
like any superhero or something. I don't know.
It's another one of those cases of you can really tell that the attention to the concept of the secret identity in this show is very, very limited.
Yeah.
They just really aren't thinking about it at all.
Absolutely not.
For better or worse. Other notes I had for this section. When we first saw this ramshackle shack, I said, "Wow, I'm sure this will last to the end of the episode."
It was so on fire.
It was extremely on fire.
The end of the commercial break.
It was so on the shaky cam, like, oh god, it's on fire.
Like this was an old decrepit shed that they were like explicitly choosing shots to try to hide the fact that it was not remotely close to anything.
We can't just burn it close to a house. That's dangerous.
Hell, I'm still worried about that. Seemed like a lot of dry grass.
There was a lot of grass there.
I hope they contained that shit.
Yeah,
they probably
very
dug around it to prevent spread of fire. Oh wait, can somebody explain to me why Hongo did not transform immediately inside the shed?
To her,
I
his meter was charging.
I fully expected one of two things to happen. He was trapped in the shed. I expected him to go "Too" and jump out of the top or something. but instead,
it's the exact jump sound. Yeah.
But instead he transformed and goes, "Oh, I'll use this my new super strike to open the fucking door because I'm a cyborg."
The basement.
What are you doing?
Just get out of there, dude. Get out of there.
Just leave. You don't need wind to transform. It's fine.
What a terrible decision. Also, I'm glad he survived, I guess, and suspension of disbelief for the sake of enjoying children's entertainment. But if you're in a burning building, going into the basement is not going to keep you safe. By the way.
No.
Please don't think that just because you're not actively touching fire means you're safe in an environment that is on fire.
Things can collapse. is the thing. You need to get out of the fire.
There's lots of concerns between structural damage and collapsing to the lack of breathable air to toxic gases to changes in air pressure in different environments due to the differences in heat. You don't want to mess with any of that, please.
None of it's good. Hey there, kids. It's the Tales of Harbor crew, and we want to tell you, stay out of fires.
Don't go! Get out of there! Get the fuck out!
Get the fuck out! Oh my god, Daisy cussed.
Oh my god!
Daisy said a fuck
Get
word.
out of here!
Holy shit.
Be cool
Guys.
about fire safety.
That's right, Jellen.
I want to take Zelen and Timony's fire safety seminar very badly. Because I know they would both be wearing hard hats.
Ooh, everybody. Okay, so
Or fireman's hats.
Yeah.
Remember, to avoid smoke inhalation, you have to be low to the ground. Everyone looks at Daisy.
now I'm imagining Teresa Harbor jumping through the roof. Ooh.
Toll!
I will just bring in more air.
There's not enough air in here.
Incredible.
Perfect.
Shall I lead us on?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Kamen Rider trails after Centigropede and Gelshocker, presumably. Technically, this is me making assumptions, and breaks into the location of Terror School just as children are being fed the Gelper drug. Do you remember the Gelper drug? We'll get into that in a second.
Pop quiz
Gelshockers. Yeah. Gelshocker's contingency plan for their members that kills them if not taken every 3 hours. I probably should have added a note that obviously that's only in effect after the first dose, but whatever. I hope that's implied. Anyway, Kamen Rider bursts into the classroom and reveals that he switched out the drug for flour before the children were served, thus sparing them from this plot. The children are ordered to attack, and Taki appears and reveals that the entire Rider Corps HQ has been hypnotized and indoctrinated into Centigropede's scheme.
Way to
Bland
go.
piss porridge.
That's good soup!
It
Hello, Shocker School.
they gave
Flour soup is kind of like a next level struggle meal.
a little bit.
That
Check out
And
Boys
I-
Who Can Cook. Ugh.
I mean this entirely unironically, sincerely. Flour soup is a struggle meal, and if you can afford ramen, you're doing better than the people eating flour soup.
I was gonna say, like, flour soup, if you just, like, heat it up, that's bread eventually, right? Like,
There's-
if you're not waiting that long, you are struggling.
There's a couple of steps, but fair.
I know. I'm just
The world's most wretched dumpling, perhaps.
So
listen. It's something.
I have a couple of notes for this scene because
Okay.
we cut to classroom and the Centigropede is like, okay, so what do you do? And girl stands up and goes, always aim to penetrate the heart of the enemy, and pretends to stab. And it's like, good, yes, murder, very awesome. And then
Actual classroom, it's so good.
and then they have
shocker math.
I guess they have like they have shocker math on the board.
My
Just
two notes for this scene
Long division
read
and
shocker math and bland piss porridge.
delicious bland piss porridge. But I also wanted to note that they have a bunch of little gel shocker outfits for some of the kids, but there's 4 kids in the back, including Tatsuji, who don't have one yet, and I think in fiction it's because they did not like have time to make them one yet, but also it seems to me like they just didn't have enough outfits for all the kids.
Yeah, in fiction and also in real life.
So you just have 4 kids standing in the back of the class with like their rider clothes on, or Tatsuji's hat and shirt.
We only had 20 costumes. Why did you add more children to this cast?
To bring evil and chaos and evil to the earth, peace and justice is the enemy. That's why.
Oh.
Yes.
Why
Now
why do they call it peace and justice? Like are we the bad guys?
yeah.
Eat your Gelper drug. Eat your Gelper drug.
Oh, okay. That's good soup.
We're evil and it's great. And by great, I mean wretched. And by wretched, I mean awesome.
Yes, your dick knows this.
Jesus Christ.
I love that fucking comic so much.
Oh.
Right away, your shittiness.
I can't believe I made an NPC based off of this bit.
I can believe it.
I can, yeah. What?
I'm the greatest evil. Now take these blankets. So the kids are like, are right before soup enters lips.
Some of them are actively eating.
No, yeah,
there's
they all
no
got
Gelper
it.
in it.
There's
Yeah.
they are bringing. Well, nothing is in those spoons. I was looking so closely for them to be eating. And
I feel like a couple of them weren't pretending.
A couple of them were doing a good job, actually, at least putting their mouths onto the spoons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I was like, that spoon's empty. You cheater. No, but
Slurp.
drink this watered down paint.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. Actually, this is not edible. Should they not be eating it?
Oh shit! This
before-
Gelper's
Did they
banging,
just-
yo.
This Gelper's insane.
Pain asshole. Kamen Rider. Yeah. Did they actually just put flour in water?
I don't think so.
Make them eat it.
It sure would be cheap
It
if
would
they
be.
wanted to.
Yeah, right.
It
It
would be.
It'd be cheap and milky.
I don't think they would do that.
Assuming you had the money for milk. Remember, kids, if you're really struggling, flour
Okay.
soup can be made with water.
It could also just be milk. Is the thing.
That's not flour soup. That's milk.
Mm.
We have to be authentic.
I'm going to lose it.
How dare you? You think Kamen Rider wouldn't use accurate props for this? You think they actually wouldn't feed these children flour?
I
When
think-
Kamen Rider himself came in and said he fed these children flour instead of the Gelp drug.
On the Gelp? Yo, you
Gelp.
kids on the Gelp?
These kids are on the Gelp. No, they're on flour because Kamen Rider would never lie to me.
Kamen Rider bust in.
God.
Kids on the Gelp?
On the Gelp is it's like the fucking Law and Order, like iced tea. They call it Gelper.
Kamen Rider kicks down my door and says, "Say no to say yes to pizza drugs."
God. So you're telling me these kids will die if they don't eat this drug every 3 hours or whatever? Yes, iced tea.
It's the new thing hitting the streets. If you don't take it in 3 hours, you die. They call it Gelper.
Why they call it Gelper?
Shut the hell up.
Incredible. What a cute little classroom with real little desks and real little
Yeah.
children and a real little
Okay.
blackboard.
Very orange.
Original
Very
Centipede
orange.
Classroom was not that orange. They actually made it kind of dark, but it was still very much a classroom with a chalkboard.
Mm.
And also extra monsters to do the teaching curriculum.
I didn't.
So might I
Hmm.
theorize that perhaps Centigrapede actually cares about the learning environments of these children?
I have
Whoa.
notes about that too. So
Serve them lunch.
I'm okay. So you guys know I have a pretty active imagination. So I was like, so they want to kidnap these kids and train them to be shocker mooks. Cool. But like all the mooks that were like handing out the lunch, they were like, "Here's your cup and here's your bowl and your spoon," and they were being
Yeah,
very
right?
gentle. So I in my head I invented the narrative of like, you know, the mooks are very very caring like to the kids.
It's weirdly sweet.
It's odd. Like, you know, Colorado Bustin is like, "Oh, the Gelp, gotta stop it." And then all the kids are like, "What the fuck, dude?"
We're eating
Centigrapede
lunch.
even when that girl is asked to stand up and recite the whole aim for the heart thing, he's
Mhm.
like, "Yes, good," and he gives her
Yeah.
pats on the head.
Yeah, despite being a horrible situation, it's very like positive.
Weirdly tender.
It's so weird. I want the like AU Jason treatment for this.
Good lord.
So
For this guy? Centigrapede, really?
maybe not some tiger beard.
You want Centigrapede to be caked up?
You're
no,
You're
I just-
valid if you want Centigrapede to be given the same treatment and
I
caked
want-
up.
I want there to be and stop me if you heard this one before. I want there to be a
Yeah.
gaggle of mooks who get their shit pushed in by Kamen Rider, and then they all fall down into a quarry, and they're like, guys, this sucks. We keep getting
Hey.
owned by Kamen Rider.
Not to detract from your point, which does sound like it would be a very fun story that I agree that I would like to see, but what a bad phrase.
What?
To get your shit pushed in.
Shit pushed in, baby.
Sorry. It's an old holdover from when I was Gumby.
Gumby?
So I can
Oh boy,
This
here we go.
is
I've
oh
unlocked
boy.
something, haven't I?
okay, so I can so my legs are flexible enough and my hips are flexible enough that I can fold my foot to the front of my hip and hold it there. And when I played football, my coach and all of the fellow players would often call me Gumby because I was flexible. So while I was being Gumby, usually when people would tackle other people on the field, we would have multiple of the coaches kind of, when we got back to sign, they were like, yeah, you push that kid's shit back in, and we'd be like, yeah, okay, good coach, and then
Sir?
and we'd keep playing, and it was just like common vernacular, and I heard it quite often because I am athletic, so I was good enough at football to hit people a lot, so I was often pushing people's shit in.
Yeah, I mean, it's always just been something I've heard. I never really assigned too much thought to it.
As someone who is pretty decidedly not a jock, it is not something I've heard too much historically.
Exclusive.
Wait a minute, B. I think you're a bigger jock than I am, dude.
Why are you going into the fucking Yamcha voice? Stop that.
Dude,
I have
you
not
look
been
do
working
not
out
look
actually,
huge.
Yamcha.
Dude, you look huge.
I have been sleeping, Yamcha.
This image of this was completely weary, skeletonized being talking to Yamcha.
Dude,
Dude,
you look
you
huge.
okay? No, Yamcha.
I can't.
No, Yamcha, why do you ask?
Sick. All right, let's get some sense in.
Let's push our shit in. Take us home.
Better out than in, Shrek always says. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
I did have
yes?
one thing before we move on from the flour soup. Just
Mm.
the only restaurant I've ever eaten at that does like takeaway in those foil, I guess, plates with high walls. They aren't really bowls. It was a Mexican place. I was just like, I expected nothing besides carne asada being served to these children.
For real. Like I would, get some knockout fries, some like this is primo Mexican takeout.
yeah, but these are fascists. They don't like flavor.
No,
No, they
we eat
bastards.
our flour soup and we like it.
flour soup with
Ugh.
drug.
Oh
Can you at least put some milk and pepper,
no,
salt?
Taki's here with a knife. There's no time.
I mean, okay.
Don't do it, Taki. Kamen
I
Rider
can't-
will kill you without question.
I can't get too hung up on the bad soup. I have to move on. Okay. Kamen Rider attempts to fight them all off when Centigropede threatens to force the children to walk off a tall ledge to their deaths unless Kamen Rider relinquishes his life. Kamen Rider initially agrees until he comes to the realization that the children will never be free if he does not defeat Centigropede. The children are ordered to march forward, and, in his desperation to save them, Kamen Rider grabs hold of Centigropede, pulling them both over the ledge and plummeting to their mutual demise below. Presumably.
That's right, Kamen Rider's fucking dead.
It's over.
Back at Gel's... Oh, sorry?
Go ahead, sorry.
I'll just finish this out real quick. Back at Gelshocker HQ, I'm not sure why I put HQ there, but sure, whatever. General Black proclaims the death of Kamen Rider to be a great opportunity, just as a new rider appears before him and salutes. The Rider Kid Corps search the area for any signs of Kamen Rider's survival. The end.
That's right. You remember Kamen Rider dies twice? It happened again.
Kamen Rider dies
Thrice.
thrice. Chicken soup with rice.
So yeah, Taki walks into the classroom with a knife, and Hango's like, "Okay, Taki, you're here with your dope ass clothes. It's time to defeat the enemy." And then and Taki shows up and he's like, "I'm kind of a bad guy now. I have a knife." And then it's more children pushing for a little bit as the little kids try to fight Hongo.
I assume Taki's fit is carried over from last time, but just these incredibly flared bell bottoms look real good when he's kicking and fighting against Kamen Rider.
It's very good.
It's probably like I've seen Taki have to fight before. I've seen Takeshi Hongo have to fight before. I wish they gave them like a good entire episode battle, like end of episode battle, like that the back third of the episode is just a slobber knocker between Takeshi Hongo and Taki. I feel like that'd be fun.
I mean, I guess not really. Yeah, it wasn't really the whole back half of the episode. I guess we got that a little with Hayato, where they reenacted the learning a new move, gotta cheer you up fight.
Yeah,
but man, I don't know. I feel like it'd be too sad.
No, it would be very sad. I think we have all sort of like imagined our take on Kamen Rider, and I often think about, like, you know, save any Taki brainwashing for near the end of the series and have it be a really big fight.
Brainwashing is used so frequently that we don't really get the emotional payoff that I would really like from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I think like if you remove Centipede Tiger from this, and Taki is like in that position and they both fall to their deaths.
Oh my god. Well, then you'd have to kill them.
But like,
what if Taki sacrificed himself?
God, that'd be cool.
Oh god,
because there wasn't any like special moves or anything. Like, I feel like you could have just put anybody in this position, or like, I have to stop him by any means, and just drag him off of a cliff.
Man, if that was like Tachibana, one of the Rider girls, I would have flipped. I would have exploded.
Right?
That would have been so dope. I see my modern sensibilities again.
Yeah,
we have early in the episode, Rider girls are like, we did the work ahead of time, and then, you know, thanks for your contribution. Cut to her. She's I'm trying so hard, but what can I like provide for the team? And then, you know, a couple more that happens throughout the episode. At the very end, she's like, I gotta save these kids and Takeshi, and just tackles Centipede Tiger off on the side.
It's not a bad arc. Like, it feels bad to sacrifice women characters when you have so few and they do so little, but just, it's not a bad setup of I did a thing and immediately it got taken over by, quote, more capable people, really more combat capable people. It would have had a good amount of payoff.
But then you have
Yuri
to come
gets
back.
to do something someday, I hope.
That'd be cool. But yeah, like, you know, Kamen Rider fights the kids, they run outside, and then he whips Taki's ass in, you know, sub 3 seconds.
Yeah, he always they've introduced mind control. Oh, my friends are mind controlled so many times. It has always been swiftly dealt with because it's just like, ugh, karate chop you. Psh, I'm out of here. I gotta go find the real problem.
You just beat them unconscious, and that's it.
It's as easy as that for Takeshi Honko.
And then he like takes the bad guy up to the final set piece with a cool move.
Yeah.
This time he just kind of dragged him off into a belly to belly.
Well, no.
Off of a cliff.
Like to set up that final set piece, he does the roll kick where he like lifts him up, flips, and then kicks him, and they both land on a rock, and then they're on top before the belly to belly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Gives him the belly to belly
Also-
Azuna drop.
Yeah, it was nuts. Everybody explodes.
I did like the moment of like acceptance Kamen Rider has when Centipede Tiger is like, oh, you'll give me what I want? All right, I want to fuck you up. and then he has like Gelshocker goons hold him while they kick him.
Yeah. We needed some sad trumpet music. We need some the passion of the Kamen Rider.
Some slow motion.
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione.
Also, a little girl almost actually stumbled and,
Yeah.
That was scary.
would have genuinely might have died if she went any further.
Or have been seriously injured. Like, I think the drop was high, but Jesus.
Depending on how she landed.
I saw her like wobble and I was like, no. As someone who does dangerous stuff all the time and has been practicing parkour stuff, like, that's terrifying. It's not safe. Don't
Be careful with those waterfalls.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't go chasing them.
Fingers crossed that Macy Gray taught us. And then she was in the first Spider-Man movie. But I can at least hold out a hope that maybe, you couldn't see the bottom of the cliff from that angle.
Mm.
Maybe there was some crash pads, a bunch of shit just in case out of sight.
Willing to bet if
Maybe for the children.
If Taki's club was involved, they probably would have had the resources for stunts. Just in
I feel
case.
like you don't put kids' lives in danger like that without some precautions.
Not an actual production.
Not even in the 70s.
No.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
Even if they weren't 100% safe, I imagine there was something there. It might not have been up to like if we were on that like there while they were filming. I imagine we would be like, holy shit, is that it? That's a mattress.
Aim for the mattress. We only got one.
There's like 17 of us.
Well, only one of you should be falling at a time. Ideally.
The kids never make it off though, because Kamen Rider hits the Azuna drop and then everybody magically transforms. The hypnosis is over.
And thus our outfits are gone.
Goodbye.
Sayonara, Kamen Rider.
And then it cuts to like Taki and the kids looking around, and it cuts to the motorcycle sitting there alone.
Yeah, he didn't escape. He didn't get out of this. He's gone. He didn't drive away, and we don't get the I didn't really appreciate it at the time. We don't get Hongo driving away like every Kamen Rider episode
because he isn't there.
It's a real cliffhanger. Well, at least until
you watch the G-Guy.
Well, no, the real cliffhanger is Kamen Rider is dead. Now we must take advantage of this opportunity. It's time.
It's dishwashing Kamen Rider.
Dexter's mom Kamen Rider.
Yeah, for real.
Why everyone so mean to me? Any other notes for episode 91?
No, it's. I think my note for that last fight scene was just I'm covered in babies because that's literally what he was doing. He was like, if you punch me, I'm gonna make the kids kill themselves.
No.
it is an old method of you can't fight me. I'm covered by innocent people. So if you try to hurt me, the innocent people die. How does the hero get out of this?
I have decided that peace and justice mean more than human life.
Perish. It is just like Kamen Rider to decide, you know what, I can kill one before the kids die. Yeah, all right.
Got this.
I'll catch them before they hit the ground.
Yeah.
Swing a vine and bundle them all up under your arm.
That would be a very funny effect.
It's like 17 children.
Rider,
that was everything.
arm.
Yeah, just it starts extending.
Please.
Yeah, has there ever been a Kamen Rider that's just an Inspector Gadget?
Yes.
I'm curious. I know there's one that's like a detective.
There's one that's like a detective, and there is one that has a big arm. So it's possible.
Oh, big arm.
Yeah, it's a very good series I've been watching with somebody. But yeah, that was all my notes. Unless somebody had something else.
I am good.
That was me.
Sick.
Well, all right.
What an episode.
It sounds like we are ready to move on to the ad break, so please stay tuned and listen to all of that stuff. Once again, we are promoting the Patreon as we are coming to a close on Kamen Rider Ichigo because we will be needing your assistance in suggesting and later voting for what series we will be proceeding with for our next venture into Long Time Watcher, First Time Rider. So if you are interested in partaking in that, we have that available for all $10 up patron tiers, so please feel free to check that out. We also have other rewards available there, and we will get into more information regarding that in the ad break. Starting now.
Henshin.
Hi, this is Public Opinion. Hope you've been enjoying the show. If you're a fan and want more, you can follow us on social media at First Ride Pod on Twitter. You can check out our SoundCloud at First-Time-Rider. If you've really been enjoying the show, you can check out the Patreon at patreon.com/FirstTimeRidePod. Lots of goodies up there, show notes, stickers, and the chance to vote on the next series we cover. It's coming up soon. If you like the hosts and want to give them a follow on their separate social medias, KingFats95 is at KingFats95 on Twitter. Ditto that for Twitch. Gopher is on Twitter at WhaleGopher, and on Twitch as The Magical Whale Gopher. Action Shakespeare is on Twitter at That Gal in the Hat, and on Twitch as ACTN Shakespeare. B-Drops is on Twitter at BDropsArt, and on Twitch as B-Drops, and I am on Twitter as well, at Public Opinion RP. If you like the hosts and want more, myself included, we have an actual play podcast called Tales of Harbor, using the OVA system, streamed more or less bi-weekly on Twitch. You can follow that on Twitter at Harbor Tales, and watch it on Twitch at twitch.tv/Wordsy, WORDSE. All right. Well, I hope you've been having a good time, and enjoy the rest of the episode. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, everyone. It is now time to talk about Kamen Rider Episode 92, Atrocity, Fake Kamen Rider, original air date December 30th, 1972. Almost Happy New Year.
Almost.
We We are almost in 1973. It's interesting that we've passed a few years in this series, as we also have in this podcast. Well, I'm thinking we'll probably finish before the end of the year. We'll see.
Maybe.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that point. A new year, a new Kamen Rider.
V3
Think
or
of
whatever
it.
you vote on.
or whatever, or whatever you
It
do.
could be anything.
Let us know. Yeah, it's a democracy. So please let us know what you want. We'll do what you want. We are at your beck and call.
I'll
Your
vote
mercy.
for something.
But you should vote for mine. That said.
I shall lead us right in if we are ready to proceed.
Oh, you know I'm ready.
Take us away, B.
All right. We open on the testing grounds for Gelshocker's newest cyborg, Flytrabee? The emphasis is going to be weird on that one. As it kills 2 prisoners with its flytrap fluids, it gets them with the stretch up. Kamen Rider appears on the horizon and battles Flytrabee.
It really cannot
just-
be overstated how much this looks like the stretch. It's that same
It is
exact color of green. Shade
perfectly opaque green with a little blue in it. It is extremely stretch up
of green.
in a time
Squirting
before
all
stretch
over
up.
people.
These poor people. From the sidelines, General Black orders them to cease, and the 2 shake hands in camaraderie.
I got the
General Black returns to base and proclaims to the Shocker leader that Shocker Rider, as we are just now calling him, is ready to put into action. Shocker leader decides that Shocker Rider will be used to eliminate one of Shocker's oldest enemies, the Anti-Shocker Alliance. You've heard of them before, surely.
Oh yeah,
Suddenly,
oldest enemy in the book.
yeah,
one.
absolutely. Suddenly, Gelshocker receives a report that Anti-Shocker Alliance's computer has discovered the identity of the Shocker leader, and Shocker Rider is dispatched at once to attend to the situation.
Yes.
So
Okay, so he actually, the other name for him, I think I like more than Flytrabee, because Flytrabee is
it doesn't
Clunk-
roll off the
it's
tongue very
clunky.
well.
his other name is Hattori Bachi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Flybee, whatever. But this opening scene of an exhibition batch for none of the marbles coming in at 108 centimeters, 70 kilograms. It's Kamen Rider, and at a measly 166, it's Flytrabee.
Goddamn. Short King.
Yeah, he's a little guy. It's not really that short, but it's shorter than Kamen Rider. He's not the 180 negative twin tower. But it's just these 2 start fighting, and it's like, why? They're just doing combat until they hit the Predator handshake with the needle.
Yeah, he uses his weird Gwippa. Actually, he has no normal Gwippas, but still.
He does have a normal Gwippa.
Oh, I guess it is.
Yeah, we
It
should
is
probably
kinda hidden.
talk about them.
All right.
Yes.
Who
So we
should
got
we do
2 shocker
first?
goons.
Probably Flytrabee.
All right.
Okay.
So I like so Flytrabee's head. It's it's like it's a bug head. It's got one of those faceted eyes, and like a proboscis with some weird little bits. But the right eye, that whole area has been subsumed with a big Venus flytrap mouth, from which it spits the flytrap fluid, and like the mouth is, it has jiggle physics, so it's always just flapping open as he moves, and I really liked that. I thought that was amusing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't known about the eyes because I'm a weirdo.
What is your note about the eyes?
Because he's a fly trap and a bee, but I think he has fly eyes. They're specifically compound eyes. So it's an eyeball that's supposed to have like an insane amount of viewing angle because all those little points, those facets, are like receptors for vision.
Mhm.
So because of my phobia of flies, like it is what allows them to see you before you can, like, so you can't sneak up on them. And it's too powerful. It's such a boon.
It's pretty rough,
It's hard to kill them like that.
I must say.
It's rough. Yeah, it's a powerful evolutionary trait that if people had, we would be insane. Yeah.
I might have some bad news for you.
That it can capture more than 250 images a second or something.
No.
Okay.
Just I might make bees less pleasant for you.
Oh no, I'm aware on bees. I know that.
Okay, so
Yes.
you're aware they also have compound eyes
Yes, I'm aware. That's
and that they have
the-
5 of them.
Yes, the bee compound eyes is where I first learned about this, because that's where I learned about because humans see 24 frames a second, or that's 24 images a second. Bees, flies, and other creatures with compound eyes see 250, so they just see like way more than us. It's a very
Yeah.
cool thing.
Though their range of color perception is quite different.
Yes, yeah, it's not nearly as close as expansive as ours.
I can't stop. Nope, I have to stop. I'm not gonna just drop a bunch of bee facts. Anyway.
Give us one. Give us one though.
Bees see in ultraviolet. That seems relevant.
Nice.
So bees cannot perceive the color red, and it is also why bees tend to have a fondness for blue things.
Ah, that's cool. I did not know that.
All right.
So if you like lay out some flowers for bees, they will often be most attracted to the blue ones initially.
Hey guys, it's the Tales of Harbor Crew here. Just wanted to let you know that bees like blue.
Remember this.
You guys know. Yeah, I
Yes.
really like the Venus.
Sorry.
The Venus flytrap
I'm
part.
telling you again, Daisy.
All right.
Let me have this. It's the only one I'm giving today. Anyway, I love the flytrap on the head very much. He shoots the flytrap fluids out of it,
Mhm.
which is great. There's also like little like budding fly traps like
Mhm.
down the left arm. You can see one kind of starting to emerge, but it's not fully grown. And
Yeah.
that's really cool.
It tells a story.
Yeah, this one is another monster where it's got a more or less 50 split on the head, but the body is more like it's clearly got like a bee monster body that has got the plant growing over it, and I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's a really cool effect.
And it's got a belt.
Parasitic almost.
For how like inconsequential this dude feels to the episode. He's still pretty cool.
To his credit, he's playing second banana. Like, I don't understand why this is happening, but he's playing second banana to the dude he is bare knuckle boxing on the sand.
Yeah. Well, he was getting his ass
Yeah.
kicked a little.
It's true.
But this kind of his job.
they
Yeah.
have to wharf him so that Shocker Rider is more powerful.
Look at this cool Kamen Rider clone. He's of equal power. When did we make this? Have we just had this sitting in the chamber?
They were waiting until Takeshi was gone.
I mean, given the Jikai,
Like that hasn't
maybe.
happened multiple times at this point, but sure. I guess this has happened in the meantime.
They needed to know he was dead.
Yeah, we're very good at checking for bodies.
We're super good.
All right.
Oh,
At
wait,
those-
hold on. They
Before
didn't check for
we-
bodies.
Before we move on from Fletcher B, I do want to talk about his right arm, the stinger arm.
Mm.
So it's covered in
Stinger.
hair, you know,
Mhm.
like that bristly insect style hair, and it ends in like a big, you know, pointy stinger, but also it's got like a bug foot. You know, those like little two-toed claw things,
Yeah.
like also kind of jutting out.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hit
It's
him with the spear.
grody.
It's not great.
Kind of looks
Sucks.
like he had a regular bug leg, and then at one of the joints, the stinger just emerged and kind of shunted the rest of the bug leg to the side.
Oh god, what if that's his original butt? And he just grew out of it.
It just grew out.
He just emerged from that, and it turned into an arm eventually.
You ever grow
Yes.
out of your own butt? Terrible.
Oh, that's a new take on Too Big for Your Britches for sure.
Um,
Any other notes on this guy?
not the guy. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, throughout the month of October, I've been working on a new 3D model of a pumpkin girl, and I've tried to like capture some of the Kamen Rider suit aesthetics for design, and I'm glad that with this plant monster, I wasn't too far off with like the vines coiling around the limbs.
Mm.
It's cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're good at little touches like that in a few different monsters.
I gotta say this suit is much more cohesive, like than the tiger centipede.
I like this better than Centigrapede.
The bug part is not like, it doesn't look tossed on afterwards.
I think the suit's good. I don't think it conveys or communicates well in motion. I think he just kind of looks like a mass of crap that that's just moving around and swinging. Like every once in a while, his Venus flytrap will open and it'll spit some goo, and that's a little more like on point. But like the rest of the time, he's just a little hard to decipher. Like now that I have a still image of him, it's like, yeah, this is cool and full of lots of cool details. Man, when he was moving, not so much.
I might have mostly, my eyes were really drawn to the Venus flytrap on his shoulder.
Yeah.
So I never really I never really lost him.
That's about all you can keep track of
Yeah.
when the action is going.
If I was focusing on like every part of him, I might have been a little more distracted.
In the thick of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, wrestling thing. in the promotion, Ring of Honor, you are expected to follow through with the Code of Honor, which is a kayfabe code where people must shake hands before and after the match. It's not enforced whatsoever, but people are making a real point of pointing it out these days. And watching these two end their fight, General Black going, all right, fight's over, and them just go, handshake. Really drove me insane.
Yeah, it was an odd handshake, but at least somebody told them to stop fucking around.
It was
We
funny.
gotta
It was
celebrate
Hey, no, go up.
it's nice to see a little camaraderie.
Even between the bad guys.
Yeah. Maybe we're all not so different after all. Except
Oh,
for the
no.
fascism.
I really got to be different from these guys. You don't understand. It's super important.
Better stop
Just
shaking
fix
hands.
the fascism.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't think I have any more notes for this section. It's these two dudes fight, and I go. Good stuff.
All right. Then now time to talk about Shocker Rider. It's Kamen Rider, but he got yellow instead of. Yeah, so there are very few select differences. The silver gloves and boots are now yellow. The red bandana scarf is now also yellow, and he has these kind of subtle little accents on his inner eyes.
The black, yes.
Yeah, there's like a little line of black on the inside.
Yeah,
He's got the evil eyeshadow.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
That's how
the
you
Shell
I
Shocker
cracked the
trademark.
code. Yeah.
You know, I was just wondering what that's supposed to do for him, but maybe that's it.
Makes him
Listen.
evil.
Anybody who knows anything about like makeup, if you put a little eyeshadow on, this is a good indicator you're evil. I'm very
You
sorry.
think so?
Yeah.
Very sorry.
Every single time.
You might not even be going for that,
So-
but it just kind of works that way.
I think there's like Shocker Rider's like helmet is it's just I don't know what's an intentional design choice and what's we can't perfectly replicate the other thing. I feel like his helmet has a slightly his other colors are like slightly different too. The greens are more of have less saturation.
I mean, they a little washed out. Yeah.
But the yellow is definitely the big thing.
Do you think the desaturation is in fiction on purpose to represent something in fiction, or do you think it was just a screw up of older materials?
I don't know if I'd call it a screw
Not
up.
a screw up, but just
Yeah.
they used something that wasn't quite right and went whatever.
I think if you're making a like Kamen Rider Dark, but you don't want to just like we have a spare suit just in case the one we normally use fucks up. You make something that maybe is a little bit of darker color, a little more washed out. That way, it's like more clear that you're trying to do that.
My hot take is they used whatever green paint they had on hand because this guy's not going to be around for that long.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, for real.
There was intention. Come on.
Who can say?
Not me.
I feel like it is certainly fun to think about all the possibilities, but I am always amused both the more I hear from various accounts as well as the more accounts I accrue myself over time. 99% of the time we just did what was practical.
Yeah.
We're not going to spend extra money on paint for this guy.
They were not thinking the implications of darker versus lighter color. It was like listen, Satoshi couldn't go to the store and buy like more paint, so
Yeah.
This is fine.
Satoshi woke up late. He was supposed to pick up the emerald green,
Never work
but
in
we
this
had
town
to
again.
make we had to make do with the forest green. But whatever, we have no time. The paint's not even dry yet, and we have to film. We have 10 hours on this set. That's
beach.
all we bought. Yeah.
There's 30 people just dead tired. It's so early in the morning.
Like,
There's
I feel that in my
fuck.
soul.
I do.
Just...
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, for when we're moving on, I've got a thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are folks ready to move on?
Yeah. Let's talk about some stuff.
Sure.
All right.
All
A
right.
week has passed since the disappearance of Kamen Rider during his battle with Sentigerpede, but Rider Kid Corps has not given up hope and continued to search high and low for any signs of his survival. Yuri reports to Tachibana that they have received a request to meet at Takeyama Pier by 10 a.m. in order to pass information about Gelshocker to Kamen Rider. Tachibana complies and meets with Chie Ishigami and Seiichiro Kogure. My cursor was over the K, and I took a guess and I failed.
Foolish.
Seiichiro Kogure, agents of the Anti-Shocker Alliance, who want Kamen Rider to retrieve, protect, and deliver the information about Shocker leader's identity elsewhere that afternoon. I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
This
What the fuck?
this girl this girl's intro rules.
I thought she was a bad guy.
I wrote down a femme fatale.
Kind
Oh.
of.
Gasp. A
A little
little.
bit.
Yeah. She
Shall we talk about that intro?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they organize this meeting of, Shocker's oldest enemy, who has never once until this day decided to call the fucking Kamen Rider Kids Core. The very
They weren't.
public image of Kamen Rider.
Listen, they weren't ready.
The guy who fights Shocker for 90 episodes. However many years. But she shows up, and Tachibana is like, "Hey, wait a minute. This has been a trick like all the time. Like, how do I know I can trust you?" And she whips out a knife and just hucks it past his head, and it's sticking into a wall that just starts bleeding to reveal a camouflaged Gale Shocker shoulder.
So I
cannot believe.
I wasn't convinced that really proved that she wasn't with Gale Shocker because I mean they kill their own dudes like all the time.
Yeah.
They got that Gelpy juice in all their men, so
Yeah, right? He was a goner anyways if he waited long enough.
yeah, they had no identification or anything.
Even so, impactful statement regardless. One for the miscellaneous kill count.
With a bullet.
I'm surprised we got a new name so late in the miscellaneous kill count.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fun.
But there's more.
Yeah, right. It's still so funny. It's still so funny that this organization apparently exists and just never cooperated. They're just
Apparently it's a worldwide effort. And
Yeah.
also, I just can't help but think we could have written something into this. Like how we've had both at this point, Takeshi and Hayato, fighting Shocker in various places around the world. Whenever we have to write one of them off
Right.
screen for a long time, we could say they were at this. We can, in hindsight, just throw in the information. Oh, they were working in cooperation with the Anti-Shocker Alliance. Like, obviously they didn't mention it earlier. I wouldn't really be that mad, though. It's just, oh, things are coming together. Okay, but...
So I only read a little bit of Shin Kamen Rider Spirits. I recall like Hayato pre becoming a rider was like looking for Shocker, and he met with like a group of people, who had been victimized or their family members had been killed by Shocker.
yeah.
The Shocker support group.
Okay, so not the same thing. I couldn't recall if that was the same.
No.
No, yeah, that was just his investigation.
It was just him being a good journalist.
All right, so it was a support group and not and not specifically the Anti-Shocker Alliance.
No, but that'd be so cool if that was like what this was made of. Like, if they introduced us to this organization as like, oh man, yeah, we're all victims of Shocker violence. Like,
Weren't
I
they?
guess they
banding
did that
together.
here
Yeah.
to an extent.
did they? I couldn't.
Yeah, one of them said that his son was killed by Shocker,
Oh, shit.
and the other said that her...
I have no brain.
Wait, was it her mom? Who was it?
It was her mom, yeah. Her
Well, like,
mother.
great. This is dope. I like this concept, and I don't think this is the last we're going to see of them. Spoilers, but
Yeah, it's a nice
Yeah.
setup. It really fleshes out the effect of Shocker in the world, since they keep saying that it's,
It's a worldwide
global.
organization.
yeah.
I don't know how they're fighting Shocker off anywhere else without Kamen Riders.
They got Ichimonji.
Well, one
he's
other.
in South America, yeah.
They're
I don't know.
probably in South
Superman has fought the Clan. He can fight Shocker.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, right. Why isn't he?
Yeah.
Where is
Maybe he is.
Superman?
I don't know.
Tell.
Where's Clark?
Another tell. Anyways, we get the thing. And they're like, "Oh man, you gotta get it back to Kamen Rider. Like, you gotta get this information to Kamen Rider."
This is gonna blow the case wide open,
Yeah.
and we want to get this information, but we're tailed by Gelshocker, and if we go and just get it by ourselves, we know they're just going to kill us and get rid of the information. We need someone who can actually not instantly die to do this job.
Yeah. And Tachibana is like, yeah, Kamen Rider about that. I'll go get him.
Guys, what do I do?
That's what I do. And it's okay though, because his good friend Kamen Rider just walks through the front door in all the colors you remember.
Let me go over that part real quick so we can really get into it. Tachibana reports the meeting to Rider Corps HQ. Just as Taki decides to take the mission on himself, Shocker Rider, now posing as Kamen Rider, enters. He and Taki undertake the mission and receive the data at the rendezvous, but are quickly ambushed by Gelshocker soldiers, a front to occupy Taki long enough for Shocker Rider to make an escape.
That's just what Shocker Rider. That's just what Kamen Rider does anyway. It's not suspicious
It's perfectly in
that he would
character,
ditch me. Yeah.
He's there when it matters, and literally never any other time.
It's the perfect plan, honestly. I don't know how this failed.
I don't think it failed.
But yeah, that
Not yet.
extremely exactly what Shake said. Tachibana leaves this meeting and he's like, yeah, that sounds great. See you at 4. And he goes back to the HQ and he's like, guys,
Help.
we don't have Kamen Rider.
I couldn't tell them that we don't have any more Kamen Rider.
How do we get more Kamen Rider?
It's so funny. They're so elated at this, Kamen Rider's like, hey, I'm alive. Don't worry about it. No explanation. Here I go. Bye.
Wow.
and-
We haven't seen Hongo in a while. Is he okay?
Tachibana's just like, good. That's a weight off my shoulders.
Oh, completely an aside, I had forgotten to mention this last episode. It's not remotely important, but as we keep mentioning, the Rider girls keep having every semblance of individuality taken away from them.
Yeah.
To the point where they're all wearing uniforms. Choco's wearing a green wristwatch, and I'm thinking she's like making it her new thing, and she keeps looking at it. Because they won't let her have anything.
She's got to be careful. That shit will get
that.
out.
She fought for it.
She's gonna disappear. She keeps that shit
Oh,
up.
God.
Do you want to go where Linda Yamamoto went?
A singing career?
Would you all be...
Quit it. Quit it
Yes.
with the watch.
You're gonna give me a singing career?
I want to actually almost legitimately take bets right now. How many of us truly believe that all 3 of these girls will make it to the final episode?
I do.
Yeah.
I would like to think that they will.
I think one will be gone.
You think?
At
Do
least.
you want to take a bet on which one?
Choco.
Dang.
There's so few episodes left. I can't.
I know.
I think they'll keep them. I don't think they. I mean, I guess there's.
I think the odds are in their favor.
They could be.
We're just running through Rider Girls like it's out of fashion.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center, man. I want. Like I mentioned it many weeks back, but like the Rider girls generally have had cool careers outside of Kamen Rider. Choco in particular, because she became a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it's, how do I put this? The show as a whole is more interesting when more people are involved. I like Kamen Rider. Like it's a Saturday morning cartoon thing, you know. Kamen Rider is there. The bad guy shows up. The bad guy's like plan. Kamen Rider's like kick, and then everybody's like sick. And and that's fine. But I really do enjoy when Taki gets to do a thing, when Tachibana, is pretending to be a doddering fool trying to have lunch with everybody. When he's meeting with the anti-Shocker Court alliance, it's when they give other characters things to do, it makes the setting just seem more vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these really cool characters, so I don't know, utilize them.
Yeah, this isn't even entirely a case of, one character is the most important ever and is the only one who gets anything, because it's not as if we could truly say that Takeshi really gets anything that significant in terms of any amount of characterization these days, except I'll give him some points for last episode, where he very explicitly was like, human life is more important than peace and justice. I think that's a nice touch for someone whose original, I guess, goal, his original, the original premise really was him saying, I am going to get vengeance on this organization that did this to me.
It's true. That's true. That's some growth.
I wish I saw it, but yeah, it's there.
You spend 90 episodes doing this shit, and you're just like, well,
fine,
I guess.
I could give them more benefit to the doubt than anything, and say, oh, it's almost like when you look at your friend and realize that they've grown, but you've been with them this whole time. You're not really thinking about what their character development is. You're not really actively thinking about what is different about them today from yesterday, from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Takeshi Hongo is my friend.
He's real and powerful, and he's my friend.
I'm happy you're having a good time.
I want to believe that perhaps there's something there that perhaps the writers didn't write in a way that carries well to our modern sensibilities, but there might be some subtle hints at something here or there, not necessarily always well executed, but something. And for the last episode's line, for instance, I do think perhaps there's a reading to be had there, potentially.
Yeah, there is. I just...
I say attempting to drown in this puddle.
No, it's not.
It is not that deep, but...
Listen,
slurp that
Kamen
puddle.
Rider generally isn't that deep, but hey.
I'll drink it up.
It's... Because the plot of this episode is that the information about the leader of Shocker is what they're after.
Mm-hmm.
And when Taki and Kamen Rider
well, unquote
they go to get the briefcase. They do this thing where Taki is like, okay, we got the briefcase, and then Kamen Rider does what the lady did, where he pushes him out the way, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, and then the mooks show up. And why did they have that fake out?
We must make it convincing. I think it's a signal.
Maybe. Okay.
I don't know.
makes
That's my
sense.
best guess.
That's the signal. Get 'em, boys!
Yeah. Oh. Tracing back slightly to that characterization thing, it's not in my summary because it's not really of any consequence, but there actually was this, kind of, I thought, touching moment where while the Rider kids are out looking for Kamen Rider, we have this kind of solemn scene of Tachibana cleaning Kamen Rider's bike. He's cleaning Cyclone.
Yes.
And Yoko and Shoko come over with a bucket, and they're clearly just kind of worried about Tachibana, who's clearly kind of just carrying this on his shoulder, and he's he's saying like, obviously Kamen Rider will come back, obviously, and he's putting up this front that he isn't concerned or stressed or anything, and they come to support him and help wash the bike, and they just kind of have this moment between the three of them.
Yeah.
I liked that.
It's
pathos.
Hey, it's other characters having emotions and feelings. It's and we care about them, so maybe do that more.
He's out there.
I can't believe Yoko has emotions.
Yeah.
I can't believe Yoko has anything.
I was really hoping you'd say anything because I wanted to grasp at it.
Can't believe
I was just tempted to leave it at has.
You mean Choco without food?
Choco hasn't been eating lately either.
I'm worried about her.
She's a green watch.
She was holding an object that may have been a box of like candy, but it was difficult to tell.
Times like these, even she can't eat.
It's tough.
She's distraught, poor Choco.
Yeah. She lost her good friend of
Hey guys, it's the Tales of Harbor Crew.
5 episodes.
Make sure you feed your friends.
Please feed
Yeah.
your please
Give 'em a
feed
donut.
me.
And be your own friend. Give yourself a donut.
Yeah, be like me. Don't eat the fries that close your throat.
Oh, I can't be. I
you
can't
have
unpack
any food
that.
No, there's a hero place that I live by, and they put shumak on their fries. It's like a pollen plant thing that's mixed with spices and stuff to make food taste better. And every time I ate there, it made me like almost choke.
Sounds like you have an allergy.
Huh.
It's not new. It's I just know not to eat there, even though their fries are very good. It
It's
tastes so
so
good.
delicious.
It's
But
so
it makes
Delicious
me
food
not
allergy.
breathe.
I feel that.
I was driving by there and I knew I was going to be doing this, so I was like, I can't.
can't.
I
Force
can't.
yourself
I
to
can't.
acknowledge that
Don't
they
do
would
it.
make you your throat
I'll
not.
die. I'll die if I do this.
Oh,
That's
boy.
that's being an adult, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Good job.
I have one more note about this episode before we move on. So you got Seiichi, right? Is his name?
Seiichiro Kogure.
Seiichiro Kogure.
Mm.
So I looked up him because I wanted to see what other stuff he has been in. You guys know he was in a cowboy movie?
I do now. Please tell me about it.
He played Makoto Arai. He's a rootin' tootin' shooting guy. He was also in several samurai movies and something called Detective Bureau 2, 3. Go to hell, bastards.
Okay, that's
That's the name.
first
of
of all,
the
that's
movie.
tremendously powerful. He does have the look of someone who could play some gritty roles.
Yeah, he's got. I just wrote down sideburns for this.
He has
guy.
some major sideburns, but this movie box is insane.
Wordsy's just posted the movie poster for Seijin Suzuki's Detective Bureau 2-3 Go to Hell Bastards.
Go to hell, bastards. Man. I think I
Vision
gotta
guy.
watch this.
I think, and I know this probably isn't the intention, but I'm extra amused at the fact that there is no comma after hell. So it's not
Yeah.
it's not saying go to hell you bastards. This is addressing the go to hell bastards. This is our subject, the go to hell bastards.
Yeah, go to
sucks.
hell, bastards.
Really go to hell, bastards.
You know, I know this place on 6th and Maple. It's called Hell Bastards. I need you to go to
We
there.
should go there. Go to there. Go. You mean go to hell bastards?
That's
You mean
right.
Go to hell bastards.
That's right, Detective Bureau 2 out of 3. Sorry, 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Detective Bureau 2 to 3. We got both of those bureaus. I'm a little distracted by his face because he's supposed to be making. I implore you, please look up the movie poster for Seiji and Suzuki's Detective Bureau 2 to 3 Go to Hell Bastards and look at his face. He does not remotely have the expression I think he's supposed to have, where he's glaring down the pistol and he's like, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm a hard cop. He looks incredulous.
He looks, you know what? He looks like this guy.
Oh, he looks like Nick
The
Young.
question
Yes.
mark meme gif guy,
I forgot
because
his
you
name.
can't see it.
His name
I
is
don't-
Nick Young. He's a
Thank
professional
you,
basketball
Nick
player.
Young. He looks like Nick
Yes.
Young question mark man.
That is the exact face. Yeah, he's like, huh?
Can I tell you guys a story about this GIF?
Yeah.
Please do.
Okay, so Nick Young is routinely on a basketball podcast with a gentleman named Gilbert Arenas, who's a very famous basketball player because he wore number 0. Because his coaches and prospects always told him he had 0 prospects, so he was like, "Fine, I'm gonna be the best." So he made it to the NBA, and he's a big famous fan. But everybody who ever met him, including Nick Young, always tells the craziest stories about Gilbert, to the point where I cannot stress this enough. He walked into Nick Young's house, and his son was home, and Gilbert Arenas said, "Hey, is your dad home?" He goes, "No." Good. And so he then proceeded to tear his TV off the wall, and then like put it under his couch and stuff so he couldn't find it. And then he took his son's tricycle and just yeeted it over like like a fence, and he's like, "You can't do that." He's like, "I can too, I'm big." He left.
What? I can understand the TV prank, but
So, and the best part about this is Nick Young gets back home and he's like, "Oh man, Gilbert got me."
Dang.
dang, that's it. That's it.
That's all he
You're going
does.
to look your little son in the eye and say, "Dang, he got me."
Got me.
There is multiple, like, there's podcasts with Gilbert Arenas and Nick Young on where they like go into detail about these things, and Nick Young's like, "Man, quit playing." And Gilbert's like, "Yeah, I walked into his house and like I took his ice cream out of his hands."
What the fuck?
Oh my god, he sounds like, and I mean this with all due respect to his character as someone I do not know, but he gives off the vibes of those characters I see in, I'll be honest, mostly anime, who are like incredibly, horribly obnoxious to everyone around them, and I can't help but think, why does anyone tolerate this?
I don't know.
So it does happen.
My dude threw his son's bike over a fucking wall.
That's just guys being dudes.
A
The
little
bike! The TV is fine. I would draw a big line at my
Throwing
kid's
my
bike.
son's bike.
You threw my son's bike. I'm going to beat you half to death with it now.
Fuck.
The TV's fine. That's just a little prank.
Fuck.
Anyway, I think the face he's making looks like Adam Sandler to me.
Oh no!
Yeah, I can't unsee it. Shit.
No! Why would you? No!
Like, like
Oh, this is the most I've laughed at Adam Sandler in years.
Jesus.
that bit in
Whoa!
Billy Madison where he sees the penguin. Making that
A little
funny.
bit.
Oh,
Okay.
good God.
Okay, sorry. We went really off the rails there, and I'm gonna have to maybe cut parts of that. But,
Have fun
No,
editing
keep
that.
it all.
You on the podcast right now.
oh man, I'm an idiot.
Words he cannot tap on the glass. He is trapped inside
I
with
wanna-
us.
It's over there, and I couldn't stop myself.
That's so easy, is it?
Ugh.
Listen, I've already tried to move us forward twice. I'm doing it again. What's happening next?
I
B?
will move us forward.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright, let's go. Where did I leave? Okay. Meanwhile, as she is awaiting Kamen Rider and the data, Chie is ambushed by Flytribee and is saved by Hongo, who proclaims that, so long as Gelshocker lives, I shall not die. He manages to drive off Flytribee and his soldiers. He and Chie discuss the ambush and discern that there is an imposter rider that intercepted the data on behalf of Gelshocker. Do we want to stop, or shall I just read us through to the end so we can...
You read us there. We can talk about that, sir.
Alright. Kamen Rider quickly makes his way to the scene to intercept Shocker Rider, and the two have a long and fierce battle before Flytribee arrives to support Shocker Rider. Their combined strength proves too much for Kamen Rider to overcome, and he is left dangling at the edge of a cliff as the episode concludes. A real cliffhanger, that one.
Hey!
Got him.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pio. You had a better workup, and I just stepped on it.
No, don't worry about it.
You really threw Pio's bike over the wall.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, now you can't cut that out.
No, I'm gonna. So
King Fats is going to throw your bike over the wall for that.
that's fine. He has to come into the gated community class trader. All right.
And then he's got... God, you live in a gated community. I can't believe it.
It fucks me up too.
Who are you?
I don't know.
What disguise did you wear to get in?
I bought a shirt with flowers on it so that people thought I was like more acceptable.
You gotta wear Hawaiian shirts or something.
And
khaki shorts or cargo shorts.
I do my best to never meet my neighbors ever. I never want to talk to them. So
good policy. Just kidding. That's not a nice thing for me to say.
It's not.
Listen, I've
Kamen Rider.
I've lived in my neighborhood for over 15 years. I don't know these fucking people.
Hey, that's fair. You know who doesn't know each other? Both Kamen Riders, and that's quickly changed.
Get to know each other.
Because Kamen Rider is like, finally, I can destroy the data. It's time for big evil. And then Taki.
Hey, Kamen Rider, what you doing?
Oh shit!
Yeah, a little bit.
Fuck.
I think my favorite part about that specific scene is how he initially tries to play along and play it off.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I was real eager to learn about Shocker Leader. I just wanted to really dig into it right away.
Hey, what's that? Runs.
Also, quick aside, when I said Hongo appears and proclaims, so long as Gelshocker lives, I shall not die, that's the whole context.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
leave
that's how
anything out. He
that's how he
literally
comes back.
falls out of the sky with no explanation as to where he's been.
I legit thought I kind of missed something because I did remember looking away for a moment as the scene started. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, hey, I'll go.
I did the same thing, and I thought that Shocker Rider came up with a better explanation because he was like, "Oh, I hid to let my injuries heal after the fight," and I was like, "Yeah, that's reasonable." But Hongo,
No, it's
just like,
really Hongo.
I'm immortal.
Hongo just proclaims, I did not die and I never shall so long as my enemies live. But he doesn't really explain how he didn't die, and he doesn't explain where he's been for the past week.
It's such an.
I love this man.
He really wanted to see this plan.
I just kind of assumed that he really was, spending the week recovering from his injuries.
I think that's the problem, though, that they're always left with you're left with assumptions at best, no implications, no hints, no trails, no nothing. They don't imply anything. It's just I don't know. I have to come up with a reason because the writers sure didn't. They didn't have to say that he was gone for a week, but they did.
Yeah, they were looking for him the whole time. Like, I mean,
Not
we
even a
could
cryptic
apply-
note to his closest friend.
we could apply like the fake reason that the Shocker Rider gave, because it's, maybe he was injured and he was holding his arm the whole time, so maybe he was like, I gotta cool it for a little bit and come back in. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I just think it's wild to disappear for a week, suddenly reappear in front of a total stranger, and say, I'm immortal.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, like that's some wild energy.
Sir, this is a boathouse.
Like, I do sincerely respect it, but
This is a boat. I like how I don't know. I made a note of this and I want to say it. Our fucking what fly trap bee Hachibana has
Hachibachi.
Hachibachi, yeah. The fucking Hamachi girl.
Hamachi.
Yeah.
Connect to your friends now.
He emerges with Chie in the meeting spot. The sound, and I don't know, the sound just sticks with me. It was like someone biting into an entire head of lettuce and just like gnawing on it.
wonder if it was. I'm always very tickled to see the way actual sound effects for things are made, and like half the time it's just a dude sitting around with a bunch of produce, just mashing and gnawing at it with various utensils.
Yeah, right? I feel like it probably was to a degree something like that, but man, it has never sounded more like just the source material than ever before.
Real ASMR salad experience.
A little bit. Also, she tried her knife trick, but it doesn't work on Kaiju, and she only brought one knife. Which is unfortunate for her.
Yeah, she had no plan B whatsoever and immediately became a horror movie victim after
Yeah,
that.
as part of the anti-Shocker, one of Shocker's oldest foes. Did not plan for
Yeah.
this contingency.
It stinks because, to an extent, I want to give her some leeway because she did say early, like the whole premise of getting Kamen Rider to deliver the data is because she's acknowledging that she is not strong enough to protect herself
That's true.
to get the job done herself. But I want her to be cool and strong and not run away and cower against a boat.
She took out a mook earlier. So
One.
the second that happened, miscellaneous skills, woohoo. The second that happened, I was like, I want this lady to show up throughout every single one of these following episodes, and just kind of as a running gag, every time she drops a knife, she just hits a mook.
It would be fun.
Hello, I'm here. Like every time she steps into the room, she keeps throwing a knife into a mook. Like, whoa, we never knew that guy was there. Yeah, I know.
Like I want like somebody to knock the knife out of her hand. It just like clatters. It goes to clatter to the ground, just hits a guy.
Oh fuck!
She's really good at it.
I knew you'd do that. Sorry,
I'm a genius. But yeah, it's a little unfortunate that she doesn't get to like be cooler as the episode goes on. Heck, my notes for the anti-shocker lines just say MCU problem, because why is not everybody helping?
Yeah. Though, to her credit, and this is a low bar, she has something that I don't think any girl in this whole show has had outside of our very, very first writer girl.
A weapon.
Of a last name.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
She does have
man.
a last name.
Oh, surely the rest had them right. No, probably not.
No,
If they did, I don't believe they were ever mentioned in the show.
their actors did, and
Goro
by
didn't even have
function-
one.
Wait, Goro had a last name?
Did he?
I am pretty sure.
Well, then, at the very least, if that was true, then Neri has one.
Yeah, that I said by function of being related to Goro. There's a last name there.
I don't remember what it was, but
That is very sad.
It's a little sad.
I guess trivia. What is Goro's last name? I'll give you 5 seconds before I say it. Insert some sort of game show music that won't get us flagged.
I just don't know.
It starts with an I. Is it Ishikawa?
You're close. I'm gonna say that's the timer. His name is Goro Ishikura.
Ah,
Fucking
damn.
damn!
Oh,
Very,
close.
very close. So
Yeah.
Yuri, by extension.
No rivers here.
Would
Yeah,
be-
okay.
yeah.
I guess that was my blunder. Yuri, by extension, does have a last name, but
Mhm. Yeah, because
did we ever get her last name through her? Is the weird thing. I think we got it
No,
through
no, no, no.
Goro.
nobody ever called her Yuri Ishikura. It's Goro got called Ishikura one time.
And so
Yeah,
we
by,
must.
like a classmate or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Yuri was just Yuri.
Yeah.
Call her Ishikura-san. Put some respect
Yeah,
on
for
my
real.
girl.
Come on.
Please.
Why are you so familiar?
Stop off. Disgusting. What other notes do I have for this segment? Oh, I am very tickled by when Shocker Rider is, quote, ambushed initially with Taki. He uses the briefcase as a shield.
Uh-huh. It's a tough briefcase.
Obviously, it works for his purposes because he's there to destroy the data, of course, but it really doesn't help him keep the front that this is precious information that he must convince others that he cares about.
Now, I have a question for you, B.
Yes.
Do you think Hongo would not do this exact same thing?
The problem is, I do believe he would. And I think it's because, generally speaking, outside of episode 91, Takeshi seems to get into an interesting, like, bloodlust mode in battle, and unless, like, something catastrophic happens, or we start holding a child by the scruff of the neck over a cliff, he doesn't tend to break out of that very often.
Yeah. Toe.
Toe City.
Baby.
Just gotta
They have a really cool sequence where they have a bike fight for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, we got the
Yeah.
motorcycle fight.
It was really intense. They start on the beach and then and end up on a motorcycle like track. But sorry, Pia, you were saying.
I mean, it was neat. I did enjoy it. Fight might be a little bit generous. They were riding motorcycles like around each other.
It was
Did-
some kind
I-
of duel.
It's the kind of thing where I am certainly not taking the footage as literally as I could be, because I understand that they're implying that they're having like a jousting match with their bikes, despite the fact that very clearly they can't realistically do that, so it doesn't literally look like that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The stunts did not
But
get
I
very
certainly
daring
understand.
there.
Yeah, I understand the disappointment that it's not a very daring thing, and they haven't done it in a really long time, but I'm sure they could do a little bit of movie magic with some, like, editing of the footage speed so that they could try to get a couple stunts in, but generally speaking, they play it incredibly safe with these bikes. I wonder if they're rentals.
I think it's because they don't have the money for more bikes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super. Like, I'm sure we own at least the 1 to 2 bikes for the Cyclone and for Taki to ride around. But other than that, I don't know. And I won't deny that the bike fights could certainly be more fun, but it's nice to bring the rider back into Kamen Rider. We really don't get a ton of bike action these days. We mostly just use bikes for traveling.
Yeah, it's like bike scenes. I mean, I wonder if part of that is because of injury, and some desire not to repeat history. But
That's fair enough, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's any real need to have Mr. Fujioka doing any stunts on the bikes necessarily. We
No,
only
no,
really need to see him driving around, just transportation wise, because otherwise he would be transformed, and thus the stunt actor would be brought in.
the suit actor on the bike. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I think
Unless the suit actor is not trained for that, but I would imagine Well, actually, I don't know. I was about to say I would imagine they would be for a show like this, but then I couldn't help but think, well, I mean, it's not like this was typified yet exactly. It
Yeah.
kind of
The typifying
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. It's we can't say you're going to be on Kamen Rider, so you know what that means because this is the first Kamen Rider.
Like future series can be like, yeah, the motorcycle dude. Yeah, you should probably know how to do that. Yeah, okay. I think it's a combination of one, not wanting to damage their bikes because bikes are expensive, and two, you know, wanting to make sure that nothing dangerous can happen. Because like the most adventurous they get with like stunts, we all remember the little stupid like ski lift fight.
That was hilarious. I love it though. Oh, speaking of suit actors, I don't think we have properly shouted him out before, but the name of our Kamen Rider suit actor for this show primarily, and a bunch of other Showa era Kamen Riders, is Nakayashi Tetsuya.
Yes.
We carry you. You've done some great work.
Good job.
You have been killing it, my dude.
My favorite part of this episode
Mhm.
was when Kamen Rider showed up on the scene with the fake Kamen Rider and said, "I found you, faker."
Don't. Why are we doing this?
This is better than Kingdom Hearts.
And then Yellow Rider was like, "Faker, I think
I'll
you're
make
the
you
fake
those
rider."
words.
Who are
Comparing
you?
yourself to
I'm me.
You're not even good enough to be my fake. I'll make you eat those words.
And then, he said, "I'll make you eat those words," and then he attacked him with his knife shoes.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot, I
that
forgot
was
about
an
the
interesting
knife shoot.
feature.
That's a knife kick.
The knife was way bigger than I thought it would be. Like, you'd think for most knife shoes, it would be just like a couple inches, maybe like half a foot, a yuck. But the thing was like,
Sorry.
maybe a foot and a half long.
It was
Yeah,
like his
it-
whole
Oh,
full
God.
arm plus an
I guess it had like a
extra,
telescoping
8 inches.
handle.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. Fucking damn it.
Where'd you pull that out from, though? That came out of your foot.
He's a cyborg freak.
I guess he really is a cyborg freak.
Common
You
faker.
know what they say about cyborgs with big feet? They might have really big knives hidden in there.
They got some long ass knives. Yeah, I can't remember if he uses it all that much afterwards, but it does make an impact.
He does the
little.
kick scene at him where he just like kicks up and down like multiple axe kicks in a row, and Kamen Rider's like, "Oh no, wait, stop it, no,
Stop it! Oh no!
And then he unconnects it and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking stab you." It's
Really leaning into the shadow.
I
Now that I've said it,
you brought up Sonic the Hedgehog and now it's in my head.
I've unlocked
I
it.
can't help
I love Common Faker.
It's so
I'm glad we get some more episodes of Common Faker.
I can make that edit. I
Yeah.
have the capability.
Very
You have
easily.
the power. And now people are listening to this and might hold you accountable.
Mhm.
No,
I
wait. Please.
They will be
Um,
waiting for the release.
Shit.
The
but-
teamwork between these two is lovely. Between Flytree and Shocker Rider, they're weirdly
Yeah.
iconic as far as like the complete lack of Shocker duos immediately places them.
Yeah.
They're kind of they are very different from the last time I saw a bunch of Kamen Rider goons get together, which was like the Resurrection episode. Let's bring them all back.
Which one?
But the non-movie one.
There you go.
But
Which
it
one?
was- Shut up. It was cool seeing like, you know, Kamen Rider was like, "Oh no, I'm a match for evil me. What can I? Oh God, here he comes!" And then
Hey, I'm the
gets
monster.
monked
Don't
on.
forget about me.
He gets like they actually call back to the previous episode where he's like rolling on the ground with the monster, and then Kamen Rider Shocker Rider shows up and starts punching him in the back.
Yeah, no, fuck you. You ain't doing this
Yeah.
again.
Oh my god, are they a healthy couple? Like, Flytree shows up and is not here to try to steal anything from this scene. it understands that this is Shocker Rider's big moment and that this is what Shocker Rider was made for. And it shows up to offer support and just kind of like hype up Shocker Rider.
It's definitely
It's
not
really wholesome.
It's definitely a far cry for the Showbiz Pizza Band or previously, where they're like, "Hey, want some help? No, fuck you. This is my thing."
The
Rat Condor tried. Poor
the note I have for this fight is Kamen Rider gets def jammed by Rider plus Gaijin.
Fight for Tokyo.
Yeah. Not the sequel. That was weird. It's I don't know. The last like couple episodes I was watching because I was like going back through some stuff for see if I needed to pull thing for editing reasons for like cut-ins and stuff, and Kamen Rider getting his shit pushed in is really, I don't know, interesting.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Hi, Tales of Harbor Crew here. Callbacks. They're important for jokes. It's I don't know. It's cool. I like Kamen Rider. He fought through the pain last episode to like save all the kids, and he died. No, he didn't. He came back, and
He'll
then
never
this
die.
time he's hanging on the edge. He's fighting impossible odds. You know what happens next? I'm legitimately excited to watch the next episode, and I have to stop myself from when we get off of this call from just doing that.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm excited.
It is
Yeah,
tempting.
the preview makes me especially excited, and for anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled on that, I will hold my tongue because I know they tend to give away way more than they should. But we're in for a treat, and it is going to be a 3-parter, including this episode. So 92, 3, and 4 are all going to be one continuous story that we will conclude in the next episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my last note for this episode. My last note reads, "Brother!"
Help me.
As Kamen Rider hangs onto the cliff and he's just staring up, and you can see both Shocker Rider and Flytree be staring down at him, anime pathetic style.
I'm just picturing the like dramatic zoom out with Simba, but it's Goro.
Oh my god, Goro came back.
It changes rooms.
Or I guess funnier Tachibana.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
But
that would be so good.
It's still the Simba voice.
Oh god.
My last note for this section is Simba / more MCU problems, but it's I don't know. I really like this episode. I'm just hyped.
Wait,
It's fun.
my last couple of notes are, well, first of all, perfectly symmetrical violence, because we got one more case of that. But this time it really was perfectly symmetrical. They just bounced off each other. They've apparently given this guy an equally powerful rider kick.
Yeah.
The Rider kick cancellation.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I know Pio said that he was hoping for something more out of that scene, and it would have been a really cool, like, closer to the fight. I'm happy it happened at all.
Yeah.
I think my bar's a little low, but
Yeah.
That was before I knew that saga would continue for 2 whole
Yeah.
more episodes. So yeah,
We gotta save
Perhaps-
some spots.
perhaps later.
Yeah,
it will
hopefully-
be-
yeah, very, very excited. Hopefully we'll get some really cool stuff. We got 2 whole more episodes. Any more notes before we start wrapping this up? It sounds like we're just about ready.
I preserved your desire to not spoil it, even in my notes, which was Jikai, some crazy shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, look forward to the next one. It's gonna be a rip roar, a barn burner, if you will.
A real
Yeah,
hob snap. No.
Mm,
Molly
it's
Wop.
It's going to be a hootenanny.
There you go.
I picked
There
barn
we-
Ah.
burner because of the burning shed. Oh.
Yeah, all right.
No, I understand. It's
I
fair.
just get
we're
excited
we're just
when I
throwing
hear
out.
cliches.
Yeah, we're We're just joining in, dogpiling verbally.
That's fair.
Speaking of Jikai, the next episodes we will be discussing on episode 44 of Longtime Watcher, First Time Writer are going to be Kamen Rider episode 93, 8 Kamen Riders, as well as Kamen Rider episode 94, The True Identity of the Gel Shocker Leader.
Big plot happens.
Fucking Jikai,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
We did not get rid of that computer. Shit can still happen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited.
I can't believe it was
Also
Goro
considering... Oh my god, is that why he left? I don't know what they're going to do for 4 episodes after that. I'm super excited, and I'm really hoping that this is going to largely be a continuous narrative from here to the end of the series.
I guess
That'd be
spoil
cool.
one of these.
Don't tell me anything.
Yeah,
I
don't
won't.
say shit. In fact.
Push it back in.
Boom.
Good night, everybody.
There we go. Good night, everybody. And remember, if you can't believe in God and you can't believe in Buddha, you can always believe in Kamen Rider.